Hi, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at returns. Now, we have covered returns in the past, why it's so important we deal with them, but I thought it'd be worth going over this again briefly today, especially as we are in the busiest quarter of the year. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Emma, this is Destination FBA and I sell on Amazon via the FBA program. I've been doing this for around 2 years now, sharing my journey on this channel through all these videos for the past year. So I'm also on Instagram, I've got a great Facebook group and I do courses for beginners as well. Now, if there is ever anything specific you need help or support with, please do jump in the Facebook group, ask a question. There's lots of great members that are always more than willing to help out. So going back to those returns, Amazon has what's known as an open return policy. Now, this is great for the buyer, not so great for the seller. What it means is most items can be returned for a full refund within 30 days. Now, there are a few exceptions to this, so things like software, alcohol, hygiene products, personalised items, unless of course they are damaged. Now, that policy states that items must be returned in unworn, unused condition with all the original packaging intact. Now, sadly, we know that this is not always what happens. Now, there's been many times where I've received items back from customers, the items have been opened, they've been used, they've even been damaged, and they've been returned for a full refund. Now, Amazon will, without hesitation, give the customer a full refund, and they will mark my products as unfulfillable. This leaves me out of pocket with products that I cannot sell. Now, during Q4, you need to expect those returns, those refunds to be higher than any other time of the year, especially as Amazon have an extended returns policy. So this means anything that's been purchased between the 1st of November and the 31st of December can be returned right up until the end of January. Now, when those returned products arrive back in the warehouse, one of 3 things will happen to them. So firstly, that item could be put straight back into your inventory. So this is great, you haven't lost any stock as it can be resold. So Amazon will put that stock back into your inventory automatically and you won't need to do anything else. Now, the item could go into your unfulfillable inventory instead. Now, this might be because the item has been opened, it's been used, or it's been damaged by the customer. Now, all those unfulfillable items need to be removed within 30 days unless you're using the Grade and Resell program. Now, this is just a great way of trying to recoup some of that money if you're getting lots and lots of returns. So I have done a video specifically on this. I'll pop a link below. It might just be worth checking it out, seeing what other options are open to you. And then thirdly, the item could even be destroyed. So this would be the case where Amazon deem those goods to be dangerous. Now, this could be a fragile item like a vase or glasses, for example, that have been damaged in transit, so Amazon would destroy the item immediately. So in all those cases we just mentioned, Amazon are not going to reimburse you. Now, they will have to reimburse you if the customer does not return the item. So from when they open that initial refund request, they have 45 days to send the item back. Now, you can easily see all those customer returns in Seller Central, so you just need to click through to reports and then payments, and then click transaction view near the top. This page will show you all your recent transactions, and you simply click the drop down and select refund and then click update. So we can now see details for all the customer returns we've had. So we've got the date, we've got the order ID, the product details, the charges and the fees. Now, if you have any items that you believe should be reimbursed because the customer has not made that return, you can check this with the ID order number. So you just need to click the help button at the top of the page and then enter the order ID number in the right hand box. So on this particular ASIN, we can see it's still pending as we need to allow 45 days for the customer to make the return. Now, whilst we certainly can't avoid these returns, we can try and work them into our costings a little bit just to take the pressure off. So one thing I like to do, and I always recommend to other people, is to add 10 pence onto the cost of every single item I purchase. So if, for example, you sold 50,000 products over the course of a year and you just added 10 pence to the cost of each item, this would cover £5,000 of unfulfillable customer returns. So this can just help to cover some of those losses and just help to make you a little bit more profitable. So during Q4 last year, my returns were up 57% on the rest of the year. So that just gives you a little bit of an indication of that volume increase. Now, luckily for me, a lot of those items were in sellable condition, so I didn't lose a huge amount of money, but it's always good to just have a plan, know exactly what you're going to do with those unfulfillable items. Now, if it is just the packaging that's damaged, you might be best to create a removal order, sell it on Facebook Marketplace, sell it on eBay, just get as much of that original investment back as you can and just use it, put it into more stock, just to help out with that cash flow. Now, at this time of year, you don't want stock just sitting around. So whether that's on Amazon shelves, whether it's in your garage, you need to make a plan, execute it, get as much of that money back as you can. No one can afford to have money tied up in dead products. You want to be turning everything around and restocking as fast as you possibly can to make the most out of this Christmas period. Now, I know returns are really frustrating, especially if the customer has opened or damaged the item and received a full refund. Now, unfortunately, it's just to be expected, and the more you sell, the more returns you're likely to get. My total returns last year were 2.4%, which I actually thought was pretty good. Now this year I'm currently sitting at 3.6%, but we've still got Q4 to come, so I'm just going to see what happens and just deal with those returns as best as I can. I would say just keep a close eye on those returns, keep an eye on those dates as well, make sure the customers are returning the items, and if not and the 45 days has passed, make sure you open a case with Amazon and chase those reimbursements. That money is definitely better sat in your bank account than sat in Amazon's. Now if you have any questions at all on returns or Q4 in general, please do let me know. Pop a comment below, jump in our Facebook group, I'll do whatever I can to help you out. But that is all for today, so thank you as always for watching, take care, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.